morning. Hello. Welcome back to another vlog. It is Monday. I enjoyed my little break post Nano. I've got some content coming up on the channel for y'all. I've got more ideas and things to film, and I'm getting myself ready to figure out how to end my little book and get to editing. But the biggest news I have for you is that my reading is getting better. It is December 5th or something like that today, and my reading has gotten better. The last couple vlogs, I was miserable in my reading, and I had this fear inside of me that I was just gonna slide into the rest of the year with like really bad reading, and everything has gotten better. Clearly, I've started decorating for Christmas. So far, December is going really, really well. I am off today, obviously, and we are going to run a whole bunch of errands because I have the house to myself, so that means I could do some Christmas shopping for Jesus and not worry about him seeing anything. So we're going to go to GameStop and get him a new PS4 controller because he needs more controllers, and I don't know, that's what he wants. And then I have some things coming for him from overseas at some books that he really wanted. And then I'm waiting for those to come in, and then I think I want to go to Kohl's and get like stocking stuffer stuff, you know, like the normal stuff that you get, like, I don't know, undies and stuff like that. So that's part of the plan. I'm also going to go back to the store I went to last week or about a week ago, and I got the dog bed. I'm going to get a second dog bed for the dogs because they both really like that one, and I think that it would be nice if they didn't have to try to share it. And the other one's really ratty, and it needs to be replaced. There is one little thing that's going on for Christmas. Well, there's two things going on for Christmas that is making it hard for me to get into the spirit this year. One is that I basically work all of Christmas, and I work almost every weekend in December because of certain things that have happened and my own stupidity, really. I've forgotten a couple things. Like, this is the only weekend in December that I'm off the whole weekend, so I don't know when we're even having Christmas. So that's right off the bat. I don't even know if we're having a Christmas. Secondly, Mercy keeps eating Christmas decorations. So my original plan for today was to go get the tree. I am a steadfast, real Christmas tree person. And this year, after talking to a bunch of people and watching Mercy just destroy things, I decided that we are getting a fake tree. And I picked out a tree. I'll try to put a picture of it if I can find the listing from Home Depot. A fake tree that has like a ton of lights on it and like just kind of looks at least mildly decorated, so that I didn't have to put any ornaments on it because I don't trust her to not eat ornaments. And I also don't trust her to not urinate on a tree. This is where we are. I'm waiting for that to come in. I shipped it to the store, so I'm waiting for it to arrive at Home Depot. I don't even have a Christmas tree, but we have decorations and stockings, and I will try to just be happy with that for now. It is a make-do Christmas, I guess, this year. But in happy news, let's talk about all the books that I've read since the beginning, or finished since the beginning of the month, which is actually quite a few. And I'm mostly happy with everything that I read. I finally finished We Do This Till We Free Us, and absolutely love this book. Everybody needs to read it. If you are somebody that agrees that we need prison reform but thinks the abolitionist movement is too far, I encourage you to read this to get a sense of what actually people are arguing for and why. I think it would change your outlook a little bit. I think that there's a lot of really important discussion going on, particularly around things like how different bodies are governed and also how different systems fail people along the way, and those failures are really a large part of how people end up in the incarceral system. I really like this. I think it's an important read. I finished When Women Were Dragons by Kelly Barnhill. Oh my God, do I love this book. I'm waiting for my Feminist Book Club box to arrive so that I can do a review of this book with the book in hand because it's beautiful. As you can see, it's so well done, and like, I'm giving it 5 stars because I personally really, really enjoyed it. And I think that overall, like, for a lot of people, it might be like more like a 4-star read. It might not be perfection, knock it out of the park. But for me, I loved this book. I thought this was amazing. And like, what are ratings anyway? They're mostly arbitrary. I finished Treacle Walker by Alan Garner, which is one of the Booker Book Club books, and I have no idea what went on in that book. I'm basically going to spend the next few weeks, I have the next few weeks before book club to try to find videos where people explain to me what occurred in the book, and then if I need to, I will reread it, because I don't understand what happened in that fever dream of a book. So I have no idea how to discuss it in book club, but I read it. The other book for this month for the Booker Book Club, Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan, however, that book is phenomenal. I have a dedicated review for this that's coming. It's probably going to be up on the channel before or around the same time as this vlog. I just went off on how great it is at TBR Lowdown. Please remember, TBR Lowdown now has its own YouTube channel. I will link them in the description. And yeah, it's a phenomenal read. So like, December is kicking off with a bang, so I'm really happy. And right now I am reading Kin, and I'm also reading my next in my installment of reading all of Ottessa Moshfegh's works, and this is Death in Her Hands. So this book is giving me kind of Drive Your Plow vibes by Olga T. a little bit. I'm curious. I feel like every Ottessa Moshfegh book is just a little bit different, and all are like expertly crafted and wonderful, but they're all just a little bit different in subject matter and style and all of that. And I'm really excited to. I've read the first chapter, and it's only about 8 chapters. They're long chapters, so I'm going to try to finish this today when I'm done with errands. So I'm going to stop yapping at you because, per usual, long ass update. We're going to try to get some errands done. Oh, I also have to go to the grocery store. I might buy myself a coffee for all of this hard work. I also have a Starbucks gift card. So is it really buying myself coffee? No, but I deserve that free coffee from my gift card. Most of the Christmas shopping is done for the entire season. I feel very, very good. There's one more thing I have to get for my brother, which I'm going to get like next week or end of week, and then I'm done, and I have to just wrap everything. So I feel very good right now that I'm done with Christmas shopping. That makes me excited. I'm not going to look at my bank account because that will not make me excited. I'm just really glad that given the freaking economy and the way everything is and how expensive everything is, that I had the wherewithal to save for Christmas in the beginning of the year, because I have no idea, like, I have no idea how we're going to do things going forward, because like, oh, I don't know. Times are tough, but we're gonna have like at least one last nice Christmas before we have to hunker down and be like the like frugal kings and queens that we need to be this coming year just to get through. So I'm gonna go get groceries and try not to spend like $200, which is actually like quite a difficult exercise in today's economy. And I'm gonna stop at Starbucks because I have a gift card and get myself a Starbucks, and we're gonna go home and we're gonna like enjoy our day. I'm just mad that I don't have a Christmas tree to like wrap these gifts and put them under the tree, but the dogs have new toys, which I'm probably gonna give them early, and Jesus has all of his gifts. I even got myself a tiny little gift. My dad and my stepmom are done. My mom was done when we went to Portugal, and my brother will be done shortly. So yeah. Corey, why does somebody always have to pull in next to me? Anyway, this is weird. Hi. So we are home from errands. It got really warm, and by really warm I mean it like went from like frost in the 20s to like the 40s, so I'm sweating. But I have nitro cold brew, which is a well-deserved free coffee because I have had a random gift card. And I just want to show you the little Christmas present I got for me. I just scurried upstairs and hid all of the presents that I purchased. I got myself, one of the things I'm really loving is my diffuser and like humidifier and all of that. I have a diffuser on my desk, and I wanted one for down here, so I just got one. I just got this one from Marshall's. It's like a Brookstone one, and they had this like gift set. Ooh, there we go. That's handy for you to put. They had like 3 random oils in the gift set, but I just like the little box because I don't know what to do with all these little vials, so I got a couple different blends of things that I like. These are my unplugged book box ones. I love these ones so much, and yeah, so I figured I still have some room down here for some, like 4 more if I feel the need to get any more, and I just thought it was like a nice little way to like store them, and it looks nice, and I can just kind of tuck it over here on the side table, and it's nice. Anyway, so that's a non-bookish thing that I'm sharing with you. Of course, now I need to figure out what to do with my moon that broke because I did something to it. So it doesn't diffuse anymore. It just lights up. So it's nice as a light up thing. I got groceries to put away. I picked this up when I was at the Ocean State job lots because I know I read the first book in Veronica Speedwell, and my mom just gave me a bunch of books. She always gives me mystery books. She reads a lot of mystery thrillers. So one of my goals for next year is to at least read one of them every month because I haven't really read any of the books that she's given me. But this, I really love NaNoWriMo, and I know I have a few of the books in the series. I just don't know if I have a Treacherous Curse. So I picked this up and we'll see where it fits in. I know I have the first one, so this might be book 3. So I did pick this up for $4 because it's cheap. And you know how I am about thrifting. I got some more Celsius, which I almost got some at the grocery store. And then I saw the price and I was like, oh, no. Because at the grocery store, they had the Vibe, which is like, I like those flavors for some reason. I think it's like the vaguely reminiscent of pre-workoutness of the Vibe Celsius that I like. So like these are okay, but not as good as that one in my opinion. But yeah, these are like almost $1 cheaper. So we're going with that. And because my dogs are basic bitches, they get PSLs. I'm going to put groceries away, clean up, listen to my audiobook. Oh, sad stuff. I've been wearing these headphones for a really long time, and look what happened. These things have gone through quite a beating. They are from Amazon, super cheap, like wireless headphones over the ears, and I am so sad that they're cracked and broken. They still work, but like honestly, it's only a matter of time before they stop working, so I'm gonna have to invest in a new pair of headphones at some point. But I was so sad when these broke. I'm debating whether or not I get like a different pair or if I just get these again, because these were so good for so long. But I know they make ones that probably have better sound, so I don't know. But this is my sad piece of news. Okay, so the Christmasing continues. I pulled out, my mom gave me these, and I'm gonna take down some more of these mugs to get all my Christmas mugs out on the wall. But look at these guys my mom gave me. They're just like little Santa jugs, and they have little Santa heads. I love them so much. I don't like, think about the enormous coffee you could make in one of these little Santa Clauses. I love them. Also, this has been growing like crazy. I just did my first round of harvesting and had a salad today with the romaine and like just some dressing and cucumbers and beets and stuff. And it was so good and so nice that I could just have fresh lettuce. And it is definitely one of those like little mini luxuries that I'm truly enjoying. And I'm glad that I had and kept this Arrow garden and it still works and all of that, because this is fantastic. I can't wait till I have enough basil to make some pesto. Like it makes me happy. I read another chapter of my Ottessa Moshfegh, and it's still giving me like Drive Your Plow vibes, like so hard. And I'm here for it. Like I am so here for this. I'm really excited about December. I have this feeling that like, I just feel like the reading's going to be good this year. This month. I don't want to go out with like a flop. We're going out with a bang. So like only good freaking books, okay? Even Kin, which is enormous. And I know I'm not going to finish it this month, or this year. Even Kin is like slapping hard. And I don't understand everything that's going on because I don't understand the historical context, but like it's a little bit of homework. But the writing is phenomenal. The book is really good. I filmed more Christmas Kraken stuff. And I'm just enjoying my Monday. This is a good Monday. It's a good Monday. The last thing I kind of want to update you guys on today is I wanted to show you guys the books that I picked up for my mom's most recently. Because remember I said that I picked up this NaNoWriMo because she's been giving me the books. So this looks like it's number 3. This is An Unexpected Peril, which looks like it's almost like number 7 in the series. So, and I know I have a few more upstairs, so I'm slowly collecting those. See, The Windswept House. These are all mysteries. So if you like thrillers and mysteries, this is going to be your haul, okay? My mom is like the queen of thrillers and mysteries. The Doomsday Conspiracy. I don't know what this is. She goes, it's an oldie. So I said, we'll read it. Oh, here we go. Here's another NaNoWriMo. This is another one of the Veronica Speedwells, A Dangerous Collaboration. I don't know where this fits into it. I did like the Magpie Murders, the Anthony Horowitz ones. So she had for me to take The Word is Murder and Moonflower Murders. Searching for Sylvie Lee. I don't know why this sounded familiar. It just did, so I grabbed it. And so did The Pig Did It. And I feel like I already have this upstairs, but I'm not sure. And my mom said if you read it, you would remember it. So like, I know I haven't read it, but I really thought I had this book. It's short. The Case of the Shoplifter's Shoe, a Perry Mason murder mystery. Do you remember Perry Mason? Does anybody remember watching Perry Mason on TV? I kind of do. A House Divided, which is a new one for, starts a new series. First in a series, a Roland Sinclair mystery. This looks like you're gonna get like a nice sort of like 20s, 30 mystery. I'm kind of here for it. I love the vibes of some of these mysteries. The House of Silk, a Sherlock Holmes novel. This is another Anthony Horowitz. Behold a Fair Woman by Frances Duncan, a Mordecai Tremaine mystery, which my mom says these are really good. But then this is another one in that series, and it's Murder for Christmas, which I feel like we have to read. We have to read it. So this is going to be read in December because Murder for Christmas. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I didn't record anything yesterday, even though I was off, because I was just kind of being a bum and there was really nothing for me to tell you. We went out to lunch. I took a long nap. It rained all day. I got some planning stuff together for 2023. I did finish, no, I didn't finish that. I finished Murder for Christmas by Frances Duncan. I thought this was like a nice, cozy Christmas murder. It gave me Midsummer Murders vibes because the way the murder happens is actually the exact same, but like in a different setting than an episode of Midsummer Murders. And I get this feeling that like, if you watch enough Midsummer and then read cozy mysteries or read a bunch of mysteries, especially those set in England, it'll start to become like, uh-oh, did it. I just keep thinking, Midsummer did it, Midsummer did it. Yeah, I enjoy this. If you're looking for like a Christmas mystery just for S's and G's, like I would read this. And then I'm still making my way through Death in Her Hands. I'm gonna listen on my way to work today, but I really enjoyed this. Or I'm really enjoying this, I should say. I haven't finished it yet. Like our main character's just delusional enough to make her delicious, and I need to know who this body really is, how unreliable this unreliable narrator is. I'm just here for this ride that Ottessa Moshfegh is taking me on. But I really liked this quote. There is nothing more heartbreaking than a squandered opportunity, a missed chance. I knew about stuff like that. I'd been young once. So many dreams had been dashed, but I dashed them myself. I wanted to be safe, whole, have a future of certainty. One makes mistakes when there is confusion between having a future at all and having the future one wants. Love Ottessa Moshfegh. I'm going to pack my lunch bag. I'm going to take the dogs for a final walk, and we're going to go to work, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, friend. Hello, little lady. Good morning. How's your occult pillow? You got to have your occult pillow with you, right, my little devil girl? Devil girl. Devil girl. Devil girl. There you go. What you doing? We're getting ready to play? What are you doing? Where is he? Where is he? Someone wants to play this morning, huh? Huh? No, you're done playing now? You want a scratchity scratch? Do you want a scratchity scratch? Yes, you do. Good morning, Duncan. Good morning, Duncan. Still waiting for the tree to come. Well, at least we have some decorations. What are you doing? Do you have a toy for me? Do you have a toy for me? Where's he? Whoop. Whoop. Get it. Look at that happy tail. It's okay, old man. You can just relax. Good morning. I think it's Thursday. Is it Thursday? I think it's Thursday. How is everybody? Yesterday was a little crazy, but we expected that on the last full moon of the year. Jesus just ran out for some errands, so because he's got some Christmas shopping to do, so I'm hanging out. I'm listening to the Betrayals while I am going to get back to this sweater I've been knitting for the last like 2 years because I kind of need to finish it. Making sure Mercy's in shot because she likes to be in shot. So I said I was doing some planning the other day. I think I said that in an update. I have been creating like planner pages specific to our needs for TBR Lowdown and for like my YouTube stuff and all of that. So I've been making my own social media pages in Canva, and I bought like a big happy planner because that's 8.5 by 11 and I can like easily put pages in and out. And I think they were having a bit of a sale for the end of the year. So I got one of those that should be arriving, and I'm going to make like a bibble for mostly TBR Lowdown and some bits of like my social media. So it's like my business social media bibble. The bibble for the book has been working really well. That's coming. So I've been working on that. I've also been working on my regular planner for the year. So this is just a Clever Fox undated planner that Naomi actually got me a little while ago. So I've been dating it. I've been figuring out, so in the front of this, they have like all these goal setting things. So there's all kinds of pages like, what's my vision for life? What's my life purpose? What's my vision board? And I think I'm going to do the vision board thing. But one of the pages here, these like grateful, passionate, one of these first pages or sections, I'm going to redo for my no buy, low buy year. I've been watching a lot of people do no buy or low buy years or months or whatever. And given the economy, given everything that happened in 2022 financially for us, I just feel like we need a no buy year. We need to be less frivolous, myself mostly. And so I've been creating in Canva like my allowed, not allowed, allowed with caveats stuff, so that I can put it in here. So that's one of the things that I'm doing next year. I don't know if anybody has done a no buy year, but if you have, I'd love to hear your tips and tricks. If you would like to join me on this, let me know, and we can try to encourage each other to do a low buy, no buy year. And the other thing I've just been doing is like goal setting in the goals section. So they do like a big, like overarching goals for the year, like for different areas of your life, like finance, personal, blah, blah, blah. And then each month there's like, they break it down in 3-month chunks. So we're going to try this year because I really do need to achieve some things. There are some goals I do really want to hit, and maybe getting focused will help. So that's happening. We're not becoming planner tube, but just so you know, this is going on in the background. So if you hear me talking about it in the next year, but I did finish Death in Her Hands last night by Ottessa Moshfegh. It's upstairs. I'm not going to get it. This book was phenomenal, like abso-freaking-lutely phenomenal. Death in Her Hands was so unhinged and weird and wonderful, and it definitely gave me Drive Your Plow vibes, but is not Drive Your Plow. Like, it's a totally different book, but the vibes of reading it, the way I feel reading it, the unhingedness of our main character. I think I said in another update, I feel like they would either be like mortal enemies or they would be best as friends. Actually, I don't know if I said this to you guys or I said this to my friends. I talk about books a lot. I truly loved this book, and it's off the wall. Like, you start and you're like, you know she's going to be an unreliable narrator, one, because it's Ottessa Moshfegh. I don't know, I feel like the back of the book kind of clues you in that this person's going to be unreliable. But she starts off like not totally unlikable or like totally deranged, and then she just descends into this madness, and it's delightful. So one of the things I'm going to do today is I'm going to go on a deep dive of YouTube reviews and analysis and all of that on the book. Because I just, sometimes when I really like a book, I like to deep dive into reviews and people breaking down the book, and I just go down a rabbit hole. So that's kind of my goal for today. I have a meeting with Naomi in about half an hour to go over TBR Lowdown stuff, because we got lots of stuff coming in 2023. And I've got to walk my brother's dog tonight, and so we'll get some Lucy footage. You guys haven't seen Lucy in a while, so I'll try to get some cute B-roll of my niece, my little niece, that meatball of a niece of mine. And otherwise, I'm going to just kind of chill today. I want to chill. I want to read the Betrayals. So the Betrayals so far, I'm not very far into it, but I'm not disliking it. So it looks like we have two different timelines. We have this guy who, I think this is supposed to be kind of like France. So there's this guy who was like the Minister of Culture. He gets booted out of that position because he writes some sort of letter or paper or something that bigwigs don't enjoy. And they kick him back to this school, which is where scholars go to play this like game, which sounds like it's all these like riddles and puzzles and weird things. And somehow somebody is a winner, and somehow this is the national game, and somehow this is probably also about, it seems like there's something about almost like a really xenophobic or like fascist sort of take on culture and who is part of the culture and who is not part of the culture. I don't know, it's very, there's like, I'm interested, I think is what I'm trying to tell you, is that I'm very interested in this book so far. So it's flashing between him today as an adult, he's like 30 something years old, going back to the school, and his time there as a scholar. And I'm assuming that somehow through all of these riddles, games, flashbacks, etc., 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 you're going to figure out just exactly what the government is really doing. Hopefully we stop them from doing bad things. I am curious about this book. It is definitely a little bit confusing in the beginning because I don't know if like these riddles and games they're talking about are like real riddles and games and things. Well, not games, but like real riddles and stuff that are like mathematic, like high level mathematic, like, well, quandaries, or if this is totally made up or what, but I'm just kind of like letting it all wash over me and seeing where it goes. So that's where we are. Happy Thursday.
Thursday. I promised footage of my niece, and she's here. Say hello, Lucy. We have to go for a walk, okay? You want to go for a walk? And then do you want to have some Indians with your auntie? Here. Sit. Good girlie. Sit. You're too excited. Are you too excited? Yeah. A little bit excited? Yes. Hi, baby. Hello. Hello, this is my favorite spot right here. Right, this is what I give it. My favorite spot, yes. Yes. Let me. Are you calm yet? Are you calm enough for me to take you for a walk? What do you think? Poppy says I have to wait till you're calm. Do a little tail. You like when Auntie comes to visit.
Welcome back home. I know it looks like we're in the same spot because we kind of are. I thought I had exported our video for Monday for TBR Lowdown, and I did. What you may be able to see there is that yes, that time is going. Do you hear sound? Do you hear sound? Do you see movement? No, something's wrong. So that file needs to be trashed. Welcome to the weekly shit show that is me attempting to get our video up for TBR Lowdown. So this week's video is going to be on our own channel. It's our first like edited. It just gets titles, but edited video going up on TBR Lowdown on YouTube. I am going to try to re-export our episode for Monday. Hopefully this one gets exported with sound and video throughout. And otherwise, I'm going to get back to listening to the Betrayals while I knit. This thing, it's just a really simple garter stitch sweater, and this is the back that I've been working on for months. One of my goals is to just finish this stupid sweater in 2023, so I'm going to listen and knit. Let's take a second to talk about the Betrayals. I think I understand why I haven't heard a lot about this. It's not that it's necessarily bad, I just can't figure out what it's making commentary on yet. I can't tell if this is supposed to be like pro-Christian. I can't tell if this is supposed to be pro-women. I can't tell if this is supposed to be like anti-government. I can't tell what this is trying to tell me, because it's clear that there is some sentiment going on, like something like that. Like it is trying to argue for something, and I don't know what that argument is yet. And I'm 100 pages in, 107 to be exact, and I don't know what that argument is yet. I don't dislike it. I think it's interesting. I think that there's a lot of just me just kind of going along with whatever these games are that they're playing. I have a feeling that that I understand how these characters connect, and I don't know if I like the way that our two main characters connect. But maybe I'm wrong. I'm gonna keep going because I'm just really intrigued. Whether I like this or not, I really want to know what happens, because I want to know if I agree with what this book is trying to tell me. And if I don't like it, you know, I'll put it up on Pango. Unfortunately, like the spine's gonna be creased, but what can you do? It's one of those paperbacks that is like almost impossible to read in any way where like I have to read it like this to try not to crack the spine. So we're cracking the fucking spine. I'm still trying to figure out like what is the political like intrigue of this book? Is it religious? Is it something else? Is it like classist? Is it sexist? Is it like racial in some way, or like xenophobic? Like I can't figure it out. Is it all of them? More to come. More to come. And I got a little bit of book mail, and that was The Luminaries. I found this on Pango, and I've always seen the cover and just found it very fascinating. And I watched a review from Katie Books and decided that he made me want to read it. We're gonna try this. In 2023, we're gonna try this beastie. I work the next 2 days. I don't know how I'm gonna do this week's vlog. It's just gonna be like a collection of random days. That's what it is. It's a collection of random days.
Take a train ride just to see you. Ride for hours just to please you. You don't know how much I need you. 'Cause you're my home away from home, away from home, away from being alone.
Hello, it's just about time to go to bed. It doesn't appear to be any difference in this. I knit, it stays the same length. I did make it to part 2 in Betrayals, the Betrayals, and so far I'm half right. But there's this like third character that I thought was actually another character, like, but just like we're talking about them like they're not the same character, but I guess they aren't the same character. So I'm like, who's this third character? So like I'm invested, but also not sure. I'm so torn on this book. So I think she has the right sentiment, and I think it's time for sleepies. So we need to get ourselves ready for sleepies. I think it's still morning. Good morning and happy Sunday. I don't know what I have and haven't updated you on. I don't think I've updated you on much. I don't know what this vlog is. So we're just going to compile a bunch of random ass days and into a vlog. That's what's going to happen. So I don't even know when this is going to be done. But it is Sunday, clearly. And I am going to film an unhaul, I think, and then I've been working on planner pages because eventually I want to make my own like Franken planner for myself. So these are just like YouTube scheduling things. So I have like things I just basic notes and then a dot grid on the back. So I'm gonna work on some stuff because there's some reviews I want to. There's still gonna be rambly reviews because it's May, but I want to get a little bit better at making sure I cover all the things I want to talk about. And it's snowing today, which is kind of lovely because I don't have to go anywhere. And Jesus is at the mall, so I have some time to, don't judge how dirty and messy my closet is. I have some time to get at least a couple things filmed. I'm going to grab myself a speaker and I'm going to set up to film this unhaul for you so that I can start putting these books on Pango because I really need to get them out of my life. After that, I will figure out what I need to talk to you guys about in terms of reading updates. And the sort of, yeah, that's the let's film some things and then I'll figure out what I have and haven't talked to you guys about with what I've read. Okay, so I filmed the unhaul and like the chaos. Let me show you the chaos that is this corner of the hallway right now. Chaos, utter freaking chaos. I might be having a small panic attack just looking at all this. I have to put it away or it's going to break me. But the unhaul is filmed. I started the fire, and this is her first time ever seeing a fire in the wood stove, and she's on alert, basically. She does not understand. Like, he don't care. He's like, it's gonna be sweating in here soon. Yeah, I think I put too many fatwoods in that because it wasn't catching, and now look at it. It caught. I overdid it. Welcome to my too much gene. It's still Sunday. I've had some life. Said I was going to update you kind of on reading, and I still don't know like what I've told you about and what I haven't told you about, so we'll start with what I'm currently like listening to right now while I work on my sweater, and that is the Betrayals by Bridget Collins, and I am very curious about this book. There is this like element of somehow something bad happening to Christians that's making me a little uncomfy, considering all the stuff that goes on in America right now with like, like Christian white men feeling like they're being persecuted. But I don't think that's what the author's trying to get at. I think she's trying to get at something else, and just so happens that this is happening kind of like, I'm reading this at a time where like I have to hear that all the time here in America.
Why do you always come when I'm doing something?
One winner later.
What was I saying? So yeah, so there's this weird like Christian something going on. I need to understand what that storyline is, but there's also like feminist things, something queer. I need to know what Leo did to Carfax and how all of that relates to the Magister Ludi, Claire, who is definitely his. Oh, I have so many. I started taking notes. So I said that I have a big planner coming and I was making planner pages. And I think I showed you quickly the planner pages. So the planner actually arrived today. So I've set up January and the planner's pages for all of that. And it's got some stuff for the channel here, and then thanks for TBR Lowdown. But so I've been taking notes because I think I want to do a review of the Betrayals, depending on how it like pans out. So I've just been taking some notes as I've been listening along and knitting because I have questions. I have so many questions about this book. I don't know ultimately if I'm going to love this book, but I'm definitely very fascinated reading it, and I need to know what exactly happened, and I hope that the payoff is worth it. And it's definitely like that kind of classic, if you're looking for dark academia vibes where like you've got school, it's sort of mysterious. Something has happened. There's privileged people and mixed with not privileged people, but still have somehow privileged because they end up going to the school. Somebody is like dead or murdered, or something horrendous has happened to one of the students, and you've got to figure out what happened. That to me is dark academia. There's something really negative that happens. It's kind of mysterious. You've got somebody usually is large group of really elite people. There's usually somebody who is not quite as elite as everybody else, and there's some sort of mystery, and things ensue. I'm also still making my way through Kin, which I'm doing a really poor job at because every time I try to read Kin, something occurs and then I can't read it because I have to kind of like physically read it. And there's a reason why I don't physically read books. It's because it's really hard for me to just like sit down and physically read a book because there's always something else going on. I finished Death in Her Hands by Ottessa Moshfegh. Fantastic. There will be a review coming because it was that good. My review for Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan is up on the channel. I'm also thinking of doing a review for When Women Were Dragons, and I thought that I had purchased a feminist book club box for December, and I don't know where that box is, so I would really very much like that box to arrive because I would like to do that review with that book. Another review that I may or may not do, it may just be as a short once I get out of the whole 30 days of favorites or 31 days of favorites, because I don't want to muddy up all my shorts with other things, is because I'm doing the Read the Booker and because there's a series in the Read the Booker, I read My Name is Lucy Barton by Elizabeth Strout because book 3 is on the Booker list for 2022. So I have to read 1 and 2 so that by the time we get to 3, I know what's going on. And I think that one's a William or Henry somebody. And I really thought I was going to hate My Name is Lucy Barton. There's just something about it that just sounded really unappealing to me. But at the end of the day, like, it was sort of fine. Like, I kind of enjoyed this lady telling me about her life. Now, I'm still very hesitant about how it's going to be a series. It's very strange to me. So this whole endeavor, as somebody who reads like fantasy series, I find this very weird. So I'm curious. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the reading, but like, I don't know how it's a series. I just don't get it. I've also been reading the author who wrote Glory on that book club discussion. I think I mentioned that one of the people in the book club said that they did not like her first book, and it sounded like the way I felt about Glory is kind of how he felt about her first book, where it just, you never got engaged, and so like you could kind of see from a distance that it might have merit and value, and you could understand why people liked it, but just because you never got to connect, you could never feel all those things yourself. So I did get a copy of the audiobook from Libby for We Need New Names. I'm about a third of the way through the audio for We Need New Names, and I am enjoying We Need New Names. I think it is much more of a me, like, narrative the way it's written, and there's still some of the playing with narrative like she does in Glory, but she goes hard into it in Glory. But you know, the way that the children describe this, where they live, is sort of whimsical. It's definitely childlike, which makes sense because they're children. It's just very interesting. I'm really enjoying it. So that's where we are reading wise. That's what's happening. I do work tomorrow. Tuesday I have to do another like Christmas Kraken, tells you all the books that they love series of filming. That's actually been really fun, going through the year and just making these really quick summations of books I loved. I think I found somebody on TikTok that I don't hate, which is kind of amazing, and I'm going to, if I can remember to link them down below, I'm going to link them down below. But they did their like top 20. They read like 300 books or somewhere around 300 books, and they did their top 20 today and yesterday, or yesterday, whatever. And there were a lot of books that I really enjoy on that list, and there were a lot of books that I haven't heard of on that list, and then there are books that just I haven't read yet, but I've heard of. And I was like, all right, have I finally cracked BookTok, and I've gotten through the sea that is Coho and all the other stuff? Have I combed through the fields and gotten to like the part of BookTok where people read books a little bit more like I read? I've been sort of toting around the clear Florida Furies bag that I got from Hello Lovely Box as like my around the house, all my things. So like it has like the books I'm reading or I'm reviewing, my planners in it. So that's really all that's been going on. I've been kind of doing some pre-planning for the year. There's been a lot of discussions with people about monetization and different things with YouTube, and it's really gotten me thinking about, like, 1, obviously I'd really like to get this channel monetized. 2, I understand that that might never happen. 3, the only shot I have at making anything ever get monetized is if I actually treat this like a business, and I have to kind of like go into it with a little bit less of like, hey, this is a hobby, and a little bit more of like, hey, this could possibly be a business. But I can't like I can't sell myself out and be like just reading Coho all day. So finding that happy medium where like maybe at some point I'll strike it right and get monetized. That would be cool. That would be super awesome. That being said, like and subscribe if you haven't. That would be wonderful. I would love that. I'm gonna get back to knitting and the Betrayals because I need to know what happened. There's gonna be a review because this book is just, I don't know, there's gonna be a review. There's just gonna be a review. Good morning, good morning. I'm exhausted. It's like 10 o'clock now, but I woke up at like 5 o'clock or something and came downstairs and just like slept with the dogs because I was exhausted, but didn't really sleep with the dogs. Like I was up until like 7 or 8, and then I just went to sleep for a little bit, and now I'm up again. But now like actually I have to get up. So I'm up, and I haven't made coffee or anything. I've just brushed my teeth and slapped on some clothes, and we're gonna go to Home Depot and pick up my tree. I still have money on that Starbucks card my mom gave me, so we're gonna give myself a treat of a coffee, and we're gonna come home and set up the Christmas tree. And then I'm gonna film a bunch of videos in front of the tree. I need that coffee. we will have a car chat about books, wow, on a booktube channel while I'm warming up the car. The car's warming up because it's flipping cold. I still haven't finished the Betrayals, which is what I really wanted to talk to you guys about, which maybe I can finish it today and we can talk about it before the end of this vlog. Maybe you'll have to wait till next week. I don't know. But I did finish We Need New Names. I was correct, basically, in my assumption of her books after talking to one of the other people in book club between this book and Glory. We know I didn't like Glory. Yeah, we covered this. I did like We Need New Names. I had moments where I wasn't as engaged, so it's not like it's like a knock my socks off book, but like in Glory, there were flashes of like these really brilliant speeches, almost like she's breaking the fourth wall and talking to you directly and really hitting home like what does it mean to be an immigrant in America, talking really frankly about NGOs and all kinds of other stuff. What is home, and is your home still your home if you leave, and like how many homes do you really have? So it was very interesting and explored a lot of stuff, and I was much more engaged with it than I was with Glory, because I'm not going to say that Glory was a bad book, I just couldn't engage with it, so therefore I couldn't, I have no way to judge Glory because I was so detached from the entire story because the narrative structure just was, it's not for me. We're not going down that route again. But I actually really enjoyed it. I do have to say that it was weird. So like, you ever read a book and you notice that, you know, an author uses the same word. You're like, why do you keep using the word grimace or preternatural? Or why do you keep talking about coffee? Or like, why does something keep getting talked about, and is it intentional or not? Sometimes maybe it's not intentional. Maybe you just really, this is something you keep talking about. Sometimes it's intentional. I need to know why there was so much discussion of penises and sex. And like, I get that there was a lot of discussion in the beginning about like people dying from AIDS and the stigma of people dying from AIDS. I understand that there was a lot of discussion about like sexual assault and stuff like that. And I get that like when they're older and she's in America and they're like kids and they find pornography, like they're watching pornography and there's like that whole kind of moment. A lot of us went through that moment. But it just seems like there was a lot of discussion of penises throughout the entire thing. Like every so often somebody would be like whipping it out, peeing on a tree, just talking about it, or like it would be like pushing through the front of his pants, or like it was just weird. I don't know if I just hyperfixated. Maybe I'm hyperfixating on dicks. I don't know, but it just felt like a choice to talk that much about penis, and I would like to know why. In a book about like being an immigrant coming from Africa, how colonialism has destroyed Africa, all of that. Why was there so much about dicks? Maybe I got dick on the brain. I don't know. Speaking of colonialism, has anybody else been seeing this Babel drama? Oh my lord! Alright, I'm gonna go get my Christmas tree. I think my car's warm now. Goodbye. Okay, so my camera's gonna die. But, the box is here. It's suspiciously small. I'm very suspicious of this tray. But we're going to put the tree together. We'll see what it looks like. Hopefully Mercy doesn't try to eat it. But I did get home today and she had pulled this off of the lower mantle and ate. She literally was like carrying Santa Claus in her mouth. She didn't eat the list, but she definitely tried to. There were pieces in her bed. So that's fun. That's a good time. I'm worried this dog is going to eat the entire Christmas tree. There will be no ornaments on this tree because she will 100% eat ornaments. I adopted Krampus, or Scrooge. Krampus maybe is a better description of her. Oh, and I got my Starbucks, right? Because I said I was going to get myself Starbucks, which is fine, but I was like the whole time I'm like, I'm going to get myself a peppermint mocha with whipped cream and everything and do all the stuff because it's going to be so great. It's going to be wonderful, like Christmas spirit, woo! And then I get this disappointing sized box of a tree. And then I get to Starbucks and they're like, yeah, we don't have peppermint. How do you not have peppermint? It's not even the middle of December. You had like one job, Starbucks. Have your seasonal drinks in stock. Is there a supply chain issue? Is it COVID related? No, just fucking stock your peppermint so I can have my moment of joy. I wanted one moment of joy this holiday season.
Many minutes later.
Hi, so the tree is up and I want to film my unboxing. However, I don't know if you can tell, but like the sun right now is at this really terrible spot in the sky, so now I have to wait. for the sun to go down, but I want to record things because if I don't record things, I'm never going to get them done. So I am at a terrible impasse. I guess I can play some video games until the sun goes down a little further. I just feel like I'm not getting anything done today other than putting together this tree. Like, I'm having a not so productive day. And it's irritating me. It's dark now. It's not horrendous. I like that I can like change the way the lights flicker. I have to figure out how I want to like fix some of these branches because some of them seem cramped and then other ones don't seem like they're in the right spot. And like, I don't know how to fluff a Christmas tree, but all right. It's in the dark, it doesn't bother me. I don't know if that's a selling feature of it, but in the dark, this tree doesn't bother me. I really wish I could put ornaments on the tree. Hello! I am making food for the week. Happy Wednesday. It's not really the week. I don't know. I'm making food for a few days. And so we're making like a creamy veggie soup with whatever I've got. It's gonna have white bean in it. And we're making like a cottage pie, which is in the oven, which is just like lentils, carrots, peas, onion, garlic, and then mashed potato on top, baked. So that's going on down there. I'm listening to the Betrayals. We're going to finish this vlog. I'm going to talk to you about it because there's some good twists and turns in it, and then we're going to wrap this up. So I'm going to finish cooking, and when I'm all done cooking and all that, I will hopefully be done with this book and we can chit chat about it. I have the new headphones that Jesus got me. I don't really like them, but we use like the weird points we get at work in lieu of like, I don't know, cash bonuses. So it's free, so I won't complain too much. Cooking, and then the next clip should be me explaining to you the Betrayals and how I feel about it. Oh, hello. We just came in from a walk. I have dishes to put away. We're going to wrap up this vlog, I guess, here in the kitchen because I'm cold and it's warm in here because I was cooking. So I made soup, which I'll show you the soup. I made cottage pie, which I'll show you the cottage pie. The soup I've tasted. I haven't tasted the cottage pie yet. My life forever filled with barking. That is the soundtrack of my life. I finished the Betrayals. I am still not sure how I feel about this one, but it's definitely was like an up and down ride. I was very into it at moments. There were some good twists that were kind of obvious, but there's things I'm still not understanding. Like, I don't understand the politics of the world that they're in. I still don't understand if this is supposed to be like somehow about like people being mean to Christians specifically. Like, and I think I said this in an earlier clip, like, if that could not be taken well, considering like as an American in this climate with all these people whining about like Christian nationalism, maybe not the best theme, or maybe I'm reading into it and projecting that onto the book because of the context of America at this point in time. But I didn't realize this is based on the Herman Hesse book, The Glass Bead Game, so I feel like I need to read that as well. The author's note does make reference to that, and that it relies heavily on sort of the structure of that book in terms of like how this game is played, the grand jeu in this game. I'm still not sure how I feel about it. I'm not sure about how I feel about the ending of this book. I feel like the ending was a little bit lackluster. I'm still not sold. So maybe I need to watch some reviews on this. I'm not really sure. If you've read The Betrayals, please let me know because I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. Anyway, let's show you what I made. I can't believe I waited till now to finish this vlog just to tell you I'm not sure about this book that I read. So here's the soup. I've had some canned chicken just hanging around, so like I put that in there. But I don't know if you can see that. It's got corn and carrots and spinach, and I threw in some turmeric and some curry because I always feel like that's good when it's cold out. And there's a little bit of jalapeno in there too because it's cold out. And then cottage pie. This has been doing really well for the romaine. I've got to start harvesting the basil because the basil's getting really big. So I need to make something with the basil next week or later this week. So I guess we'll wrap this up here. I don't know what this week's vlog was, but I did read some stuff. I do need to get back to some other things, and oh, I don't know. Life's a mess. Mercy, update on the tree, has not decided to destroy the tree, but she did take the tree skirt. She's eating something. Hold on. She's eating my new conditioner because it was on the stairs and I haven't gone upstairs yet to bring it to the bathroom. Anyway, so she's already taken the tree skirt off from underneath the tree because she thinks that's fun. I have these trends that are on the stairs. She thinks those are toys now, so she's pulling those off. She's also taking stuff off the stairs, so she's learning how to go up the stairs slowly but surely, depending on what she wants to take off the stairs. It's chaos in here. It's utter chaos. And I'm not really sure if I like the new over-ear headphones that we got, but they're free-ish, so I like them for now. They're just gonna keep barking at each other and at the wind. There's a lot of wind. It's really cold here in New York. It's windy. They're barking at the wind every time something moves. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I said that 16 times. Goodbye. If you enjoyed, consider liking and subscribing. Otherwise, I'll see you in my next video, whatever it may be, because it's my channel and I can do whatever I want. Goodbye.
So just sit with me, talking to the night until the morning, building chemistry. I don't think I ever wanna go